let me take this opportunity to give an input of some few pertinent things that are prevailing in our midst. I'll be talking about one, our level of literacy when it comes to adjusting to the contemporary affairs, more so on Bunge members and the leadership of Bunge La Mwanainchi, Kenya. One, at one point, based on the scenarios that are prevailing, it has come to a sense of us wondering where we belong. Are we a social justice movement, or we are acting as the opposition unit? Why I'm saying that is because whenever we have visitors who are known in the society, that we are supposed to engage them to ratify our social setup, then you realize we engage them with questions that are supposed to be asked by the opposition unit. Like yesterday, we did have a candid conversation with the government spokesman, Dr. Isaac Mwaura, but it was not right because at one point a Bunge member is asking the budget allocations. So you talk of a setup that should be viable, yet yourself, socially, you are not above board. We have guys there who are young, intelligent, exposed, but then they don't have opportunities. As a social justice movement, before we engage the leadership about the welfare of others, we need to engage the government about the welfare of the membership. We have some young guys who are still employable. We have young guys who, when engaged on programs of the government to get stipends, they can perform. Like the docket of Alfred Mutua, the docket of Mwaura, I mean. I'm sorry, I did work with Mutua for a long time. That's why many a times I pronounce him so much. The docket of Dr. Mwaura, it is about information dissemination on government position. So meaning, at one point, what I expect Bunge members to ask, how are they going to participate, or how is the program under that docket is going to be participatory kusudi the public can get information of the position of the government in terms of delivery and challenges. The same is applicable with the leadership of Bunge La Mwanainchi. You find a leader of Bunge La Mwanainchi asking the government spokesman of what is happening in the national government, while that basic unit of Bunge La Mwanainchi, they've done nothing. And that is what is calling for me to say, at one point, we are idiots. Being an idiot does not mean you've not gone to school. We have idiots who got a very good time to go to school. We have them in the name of professors, we have them in the name of degree holders, we have them in the name of PhD holders. But how do you justify somebody's school to be an idiot? You'll justify that by then you find somebody who is schooled or is cultured, who is given opportunity to lead. Whenever there's a threat with the road network, you get potholes kwa barabara. Instead of these guys working to fix the road networks kwa barabara, they buy four-wheel drive vehicles. Oh, fine, you bought a four-wheel vehicle. How is this person who cannot afford a car going to manage that road? Whenever they get a challenge with the security, they hire the private securities. You will get them going for farms of the Canada like Kadak one. They go like the flag of US. They go for G4S for UK to guard them. Who is not able to afford that? How is that person going to be secure? That one resonates well with the Bunge La Mwanainchi leadership. Instead of them supporting the people of Bunge La Mwanainchi, like now, the media fraternity has ensured National Bunge La Mwanainchi has gone international. To an extent, it is forcing our leadership to be visiting Bunge La Mwanainchi. And whenever they are engaging them, they don't even work a strategic plan. There's not a location for the media. They leave these people to come with their own media. And then the resident media we always have every day, at the end of the day, cannot even get a stipend like transport. Where are we going? That is what I'm saying to be stupid or idiotic. They need to work on, if somebody is a leader of Bunge La Mwanainchi, they need to work on 1, security of that place. They need to work on 2, social welfare of the membership. They need to work on 3, the media fraternity. Let the media fraternity uses their resources when we don't have a visitor. But whenever a serious visitor comes in, let them be budgeted for. Now, how would we consider the leadership that is there? Not all of them are bad, but men and women who are leading Bunge La Mwanainchi must be above board. Because how will we remember them? You realize history at times helps form the basis of how we reason. We get legacy based on history. Like, for example, when I talk about leadership Bunge La Mwanainchi, I remember vividly the leadership of Mzee Ojayo, Diana, Sitanda. And now, the person who is above board is Mheshimiwa Gaucho. Gaucho is one person, in case he has opportunities, he will come and share with Bunge members. But we've come up with a crop of leadership. The best they can do is to take our guys to what? To BNBs. When they go and lobby for funds, they take that funds there, they use it, then they come here. The only thing they do for members, they brag about their outfit. I think the leadership of Bunge, whoever is there or whoever is intending to be there, let them give us some legacy on history. Like today, I'm a very proud man of history. Even if I pick only one. The first man who went to the moon, Armstrong, in 1969. He landed there, and exactly at 0269 GMT, he gave a statement. By so saying, a man live for life, for one step, and a giant live for a generation. So that's an history that when I depict, I feel happy in my heart, because he did something. So history of Bunge La Mwanainchi, the moment you've done something like the way Gaucho has done it, it is something worth mentioning. But if you've not done that, what scorecard do you use to share, to talk to you? Let me come to the government leaders. On leadership of our government, I'm really proud of them. We did make a lot of noise here because the government officials are hibernating in their offices. The information that they have, they work out policies, sessional papers, they go to cabinet for approval. Thereafter, they are brought up for implementation. But then, whenever there are challenges, the public is making noise because they don't feel what the government is doing. In an event, they don't come out. Then it means a lie spoken several times, it becomes a reality. But now I thank God, it started by Mheshimiwa Mbadi. Then it came to Mheshimiwa Baraza. Then yesterday we had the government spokesman, Dr. Isaac. I'm very enlightened kwa sababu I just justify it with a phrase. Because you realize, if an egg hatches from inside, then there's life. When an egg hatches from outside, then there's no life, there's death. Ukivunja yai kutoka nje, hiyo mayai haisi kuwa na kitu. Lakini ikivunjika kutoka ndani, meaning mtoto ametoka, kuna maisha. So it means at this point in time, Mungu akipenda, Wakenya ambao wako positive on how the government works, watapata information because viongozi ambao wanatekeleza mambo ya serikali wametoka nje na wataelezea umma what is transpiring. At the end of the day, over the same, I've said Ruto's government is performing, and at the end of the day, by the end of next year, I think whoever is going to castigate Ruto's government is that's just one fellow who has personal vendetta. Because like I did challenge people yesterday, if you have a parastatal and agency of the government that is making noise and losses, come forward and explain. But at this point in time, even yesterday, you saw the CEO of KCB Group, Mr. Paul Russo, did give us an insight of a quarter financial report that KCB has made a profit out of the quarter report of this fiscal year at 16.5 billion, right from 16.48 billion, with an asset-based increment of 2 trillion from 1.99 trillion. So basically, those are some of the indicators that the government is performing. So gentlemen, if at all we have to grow as a society, let us be positive and help one another. Because without doing that, it is like we are missing the point. And that one makes me see that as those who are cognizant of the root of government delivery, let us not be concerned or perplexed. Let's continue with the journey and let's propagate the gospel. It doesn't matter you are using what approach. Like Mahatma Gandhi did say, one of the great men from the Indian community from Gujarat, he did say one time that when he went for a service delivery, a sermon in his hometown in Gujarat, the person who was delivering the sermon read the books from Hindu's. He read the books from Hindu's guitar all through to the Jewish Torah, na akaelekea kwa Quran of the Islam, na akamalizia the Christian Bible. What does it matter? It didn't matter how many books that were read, but it only mattered that the word of the Lord was being preached. The gospel was being propagated. So, the denominators of the crusaders of the root of government, what matters to us is that we are articulating the right issues, and the government has the right trajectory, and at the end of the day, we're gonna deliver. After that, the scorecard is going to be evaluated. Then we shall have had what is dear to our heart as a nation. Thank you very much.
All right.